Have you ever overspent on a vacation and regretted it later? You're not alone. We've all been there, staring at our bank statements, wondering where all the money went. Often it's not the big expenses that trip us up, but the little ones that add up. That's why we're here today, to delve into the common budget travel mistakes that can turn your dream vacation into a financial nightmare. In this video, we're going to uncover the top 10 budget travel blunders that can drain your wallet faster than you can say affordable travel. We'll also share some nifty travel tips and tricks on how to travel cheap without compromising on the fun. Think of this as your ultimate travel guide, helping you avoid those pesky pitfalls that can derail your budget. So grab your notepads, folks. Stay tuned as we dive into the top 10 budget travel mistakes you should avoid. First things first, not setting a budget. It's as crucial as packing your passport when you're heading off to travel. If you're wondering why, let's dive into it. Imagine setting off on a journey with no clear destination in mind. That's exactly what it's like to travel without a budget. You may end up in a blissful paradise, or more likely, you might find yourself in the middle of a financial desert with no oasis in sight. Let's consider John, our hypothetical traveler. John decided to take a spontaneous trip to Europe with no set budget. He splurged on a first-class flight and stayed in luxury hotels. He dined at gourmet restaurants and bought expensive souvenirs. By the end of his trip, he realized he had spent his entire savings. Now he's back home with a pile of bills and an empty bank account. Not the best post-vacation feeling, is it? So how do we avoid ending up like John? The answer is simple: set a realistic and affordable travel budget. Let's break it down. First, determine how much you can afford to spend overall. Include all your income sources and savings. Be honest with yourself. Overestimating your budget can lead to financial stress down the line. Next, allocate your budget into different categories: transportation, accommodation, food, attractions, and the often overlooked emergency funds. It's crucial to keep a little something aside for those unexpected expenses. Take into account your travel style. If you're a backpacker, you might want to allocate more of your budget to experiences and less to accommodations. If you're a luxury traveler, you might allocate more to accommodations and dining. Use travel guides and travel vlogs to get an idea of the cost of things in your destination. There are plenty of travel tips and tricks out there to help you figure out how to travel cheap and make the most of your budget. Remember, a budget is not meant to restrict you, but to empower you. It gives you the freedom to enjoy your trip without the worry of overspending. So, before you pack your bags, make sure to pack a budget too. Remember, a budget is your financial roadmap when traveling. Mistake number 2, ignoring exchange rates. You see, when it comes to affordable travel, the devil is in the details. And one of these pesky details is the ever-fluctuating exchange rate. It's not just about how much money you have, but also about how much that money is worth in the country you're visiting. Imagine you've set aside $100 for a day of sightseeing. In your home country, it's a decent amount, but convert it to the local currency and suddenly your $100 might be worth less or more than you thought. So how do you stay on top of this? Simple. There are plenty of apps and websites that provide real-time updates on exchange rates. Use them to your advantage. Plan your budget according to the current rate, not the one you saw last month or last year. Remember, every penny counts when you're on a budget, so knowing the value of your money in a foreign country is key to affordable travel. Keep an eye on those exchange rates, folks. Moving on to mistake number 3, skipping travel insurance. You might think, hey, I'm healthy, I'm adventurous, what could possibly go wrong? Well, let's just say life has its own script and it doesn't always align with our travel plans. From lost luggage to sudden illness to trip cancellations, anything can happen. That's where travel insurance comes in. It's like the superhero of your journey, ready to swoop in and save the day when things don't go according to plan. So, how do you choose the right travel insurance? First, understand what you need. If you're an adrenaline junkie planning to bungee jump, ensure your policy covers extreme sports. If you're traveling with expensive gadgets, check for coverage on lost or damaged items, and don't forget to read the fine print. Remember, affordable travel isn't just about finding the cheapest deals. It's also about avoiding surprise costs. Never underestimate the power of a good travel insurance plan. Mistake number 4, overpacking. It's a common trap, isn't it? We stuff our bags to the brim, thinking we need an outfit for every possible occasion. But here's the catch. Every extra pound can cost you. Airlines are notorious for their excess baggage fees, and they can be a real budget buster. Not to mention the struggle of lugging around a heavy suitcase. So, how do we avoid this? Simple. Pack smart. Limit yourself to essentials and versatile items that can be mixed and matched. Remember, you're not heading to a fashion show. A week's worth of clothes should suffice for a month's trip, thanks to the magic of laundry. Also, consider the climate and culture of your destination. Pack layers for colder climates and respect local customs in your attire. And always leave some room for the treasures you might find on your journey. Travel light and save money. And mistake number 5, eating at tourist traps. Picture this. You're exploring the winding streets of a new city, your senses are alive with the hustle and bustle, and then your stomach growls. You're in the heart of the tourist district, and there's a restaurant right there with a menu in 5 languages and photos of every dish. It's tempting, right? But hold on to your wallets, folks, because this is a classic travel mistake. You're about to walk into a tourist trap. Tourist trap restaurants are often overpriced and not representative of the local cuisine. They cater to the tastes of their clientele, tourists who are typically looking for comfort and familiarity rather than an authentic local experience. So you end up paying through the nose for a mediocre meal. But fear not, fellow globetrotters, there's a simple solution to this gastronomic gaffe. Do a bit of research before you travel. Look up local food blogs or online travel guides to find out where the locals eat. You'd be surprised how much more affordable and delicious these places can be. Another tip is to venture a little further from the main tourist areas. Often, just a few blocks away, you'll find restaurants filled with locals, which is a good sign that the food is both tasty and reasonably priced. Street food is also a fantastic option. It's generally cheap, fast, and a great way to sample a variety of local dishes. And let's not forget about local markets. They're a treasure trove of fresh produce, local delicacies, and homemade goodies. Remember, the goal is to experience the culture of the place you're visiting. You can't do that if you're dining on overpriced, underwhelming fare in the touristy parts of town. So the next time you're tempted by the convenience of that multilingual menu, think twice. Seek out the hidden culinary gems that the locals love. When in Rome, eat as the Romans do. Mistake number 6, not using public transportation. It's a common misconception that taxis or private cars are the most convenient mode of travel. But let's debunk that myth. In many places around the globe, public transportation can be a lifesaver, not just for your time, but also for your budget. Whether it's the metro in Paris, the subway in New York, or the double-decker buses in London, these modes of transport can get you to your destination fast and at a fraction of the cost. Plus, there's the added benefit of experiencing the city like a local. Don't be daunted by the maze of routes and schedules. There's a multitude of apps and online resources to help you navigate these systems. And remember, locals are often willing to lend a hand if you're lost or confused. So why let a cab meter run up your expenses? Embrace public transportation and give your wallet a break. And finally, mistake number 7, not taking advantage of free attractions. Picture this, you're in a new city, eager to explore, and your first instinct is to go for the most hyped and often most expensive attractions. But wait, there's so much more to experience that won't cost you a dime. Yes, you heard that right. Zero, zilch, nada. Let's take a moment to appreciate the richness that lies in free or inexpensive attractions, often overlooked by many. These can range from museums with no entry fee to public parks, street markets, local festivals, and even self-guided walking tours. These experiences not only save you money, but also give you a genuine taste of the local culture and lifestyle. Imagine strolling through the vibrant stalls of a local market in Bangkok, or taking a self-guided tour of the graffiti art in Melbourne's laneways. Or how about attending a local music festival in New Orleans? These are experiences you can't put a price tag on, and it's not just in bustling cities but also in tranquil nature spots. Think of sunrises on a beach, hikes through national parks, or birdwatching in a local forest. The point is, There's a wealth of experiences out there that are free and just as enriching, if not more, than their pricier counterparts. One great way to find these hidden gems is by talking to locals or checking out local travel blogs and websites. You'd be surprised how much you can discover. Another tip is to look for city tourism cards, which often offer free or discounted access to various attractions. Remember, travel is about experiences and not just about ticking off a list of famous landmarks. It's about immersing yourself in the local culture, meeting new people, and making memories. And guess what? You don't always need to break the bank to do that. So next time you're planning your trip, don't forget to look out for these free attractions. They can truly add a unique flavor to your journey and make your travel experience more affordable and memorable. Free doesn't always mean less fun. Explore and enjoy. And there you have it, the 7 budget travel mistakes you should avoid. Let's take a quick trip down memory lane. We started with the importance of setting a budget, a key step often overlooked. Then, we ventured into the world of exchange rates, reminding ourselves not to ignore these little numbers that can make a big difference. We then unpacked the suitcase of overpacking and the unnecessary costs it can bring. We took a detour to tourist trap eateries, underscoring the value of exploring local, affordable food options. We hopped on the bus of public transportation, a true friend to the budget traveler. And finally, we reveled in the joy of free attractions, a testament to the fact that the best things in life are indeed free. Remember, affordable travel doesn't mean compromising on experiences. It simply calls for smart planning and budgeting. We hope you found this travel guide helpful. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more travel tips and tricks. Safe travels!